Dope. We just went over what is Alpha Society, what is our community. We got a lot of people here with us in Seattle.
What's
We also
going
have a
on,
lot of people with us
Seattle
in Arizona, bro. We got Arizona as well, man. So everyone's
and
fired up. We're,
Arizona?
yes, sir. We already basically shared your story, bro. You're good to go.
All right, amazing. Well, pleasure to be here, Arizona, Seattle. Really quickly, make some noise if you're excited in the room. Make some noise. I see a bunch of people, but I don't see people making noise. Guy in the gray shirt, bro, you're clapping right in the front row, man. You're clapping like you had nothing to celebrate. It's 2025, baby. We're about to take things to the next level. I'm so happy to be here. And if you heard a little bit about my story, then you know that I'm probably the most unqualified person to ever start a digital entrepreneurship business. I went to school originally at University of Central Florida, studying to become a doctor, actually. Can you believe that? Mom wanted me to become a doctor more than anything, but I just said, let me give it a shot. It wasn't until in my third year, I had failed organic chemistry 3 times, lost my scholarship. And, Mom Dukes looks over at me and is like, look, you're on your own now. You got to pay for school. Raise your hand if you've ever paid for your own school before in the room. If you have, then you know that thing ain't cheap, right? Here in America, school can cost thousands of dollars a semester, and with no real guarantee on getting a job afterwards or even seeing any sort of income with the skill that you learn in that class or in that degree. And I'm not down on college or anything, but if you notice a trend, more and more companies are requiring college degrees. More and more companies are actually looking for experience. They're looking for skills. And the question is, how do you go and gain experience and skills if you never had a job? And that's where becoming a self-starter comes in. You see, if you're in the room today and you are someone that is driven, you're someone that wants more, clearly you're at an event or, at a seminar where you want to learn these things, then that's great, because what we do here isn't professional babysitting or motivating people, but more so equipping people with the right access, the right tools, so that way they can go and take control of their life. So let me catch you up a little bit before we dive into some of the education here. When I made that decision that summer to say, you know what, let me take a semester off college. It was going to cost me about $2,000 out of pocket. That would be a lot of hours between my serving job at the time. I said, you know what, let me take the road less traveled by. And I went on the internet and I started Googling and started researching, what are different ways that are actually real, that I'm not going to get scammed in, that people are already making money in, and there's already a blueprint and a system in that I can begin learning and I can adopt. And what I came across was a couple different things. E-commerce was one of them. Another one of them was social media marketing agencies. Those were really big at the time. It was 2017 when I got started in this. And another one was cryptocurrency. Bitcoin that December had just hit $21,000 for the first time. So it was obviously a big deal. People were starting to recognize it. It wasn't where it is today, where governments are now involved, and it was way bigger than it was. But I started realizing a couple different things. And the good news is, if you're in the room, it's not too late, okay? There's still a lot of adoption happening at a massive level, and there's still a lot of things that you're able to learn, okay? So what I want you to do really quickly is I want you to take some notes. I want you to free yourself from distractions, grab your notebook, open it up, because there's really 3 things that I want to get across to you on today's session. And the first thing is that if you don't cut out the middleman, you're always going to have to pay a bigger price. And that's in everything that you do. I think we started to realize over the last 5 years or so, and it looks like we have a pretty young room, which is good. So most of you guys probably don't have a giant 401k, or probably don't even have too much in savings. So you probably aren't aware of the issue that's causing a lot of middle-aged Americans and even elderly Americans to have to go drive Uber after work, to have to work multiple jobs. And the reality of it is that most people aren't sure of their retirement. Most people aren't sure of putting money in a savings account and letting it grow at 5% a year, and inflation last year was 8%. They're starting to get creative, and they know that they got to cut out the middleman. So number one, I want you to write down on your paper, I have to cut out the middleman. Who's the middleman in this scenario? When we're talking about finances, the middleman is relying on someone else to grow your money for you. and relying on someone else to be able to safeguard your money for you. Okay, that's what a bank is supposed to be. Someone that puts your money to work for you, can grow your money. You're confident. It's safe. It's better than under your mattress. But more people are starting to get that light bulb moment, saying, "Hey, if my money's sitting in the bank, it's actually going backwards. It's not going forward." And I'm not saying that you shouldn't save, but what I'm saying is you should save towards something. Number two that I want to get across to you on this is that you are in control of your own economy, not a government, not your parents, not your spouse or your friends or anything else, your job. You are in charge of your own economy. When I made the decision to become an entrepreneur that summer, and I joined 3 different courses actually before I found this platform that I call home, I realized, okay, if I'm going to be successful in life, I can't allow my boss to tell me, "Oh, you earned the promotion." I'm going to go take the promotion. I'm going to go get that raise myself. I'm not going to wait for someone to tell me what I'm worth. I'm going to go and get what I'm worth. So number 2 is that. Number 3 is finish everything that you start and watch how drastically your life changes. When I started adopting that model, my life started to begin to change. A lot of people, I look around, I see in Arizona, I see in Washington here, a lot of young people. You know what the great thing about being young is that you got a lot of energy, you're eager, you can work harder than everyone else. You know what the worst thing about being young is that you don't know what the heck you want. One day you want to do this, the next day you want to do the other. But I decided to be different. I said, you know what? At 23 years old, I'm going to start this and I'm going to see it through. My first goal is 6 figures. My first goal is 6 figures. It took me 2.5 years for me to be completely independent, be able to transition from full-time as a server to part-time as a server to then full-time as an entrepreneur, okay? And that transition took about 2 years. So here's the reality check. If you saw something online that says you're going to get rich in the next 4 months and quit your job and make $100,000 and $1 million, yeah, that's called marketing, and it's probably called manipulation marketing, and they're doing that so you can click some buttons and you can buy their course. The good news is here inside of the platform, we keep it real, we keep it raw. If you want to change your life fast, you're going to have to start taking action fast. And if you want to change your life fast, you're going to have to put in a lot of work. But what fast is for an entrepreneur is not the same as fast for an employee. It took me 2 years to become free, and I wouldn't change it for a world. But if you would have asked me when I was sitting in your exact spot, I was on a webinar actually. I didn't even get to go to something in person. I looked to the left and right of me, and I said to the guy as I was with watching the Zoom, I said, "Bro, I'm going to do this in 6 months." I didn't, okay? It took me 2.5 years. The reality is most people have unrealistic expectations when it comes to what they can accomplish, and they underestimate the amount of work it's going to take. Entrepreneurship isn't a 9 to 5, it's a 24/7. And I wouldn't have it any other way because I get to work on myself and do the things that I love. This past year, we traveled to over 12 different countries. I was able to take my wife on a honeymoon for over 3 weeks across Asia, was able to pay my wedding in cash last year from what it is that I've learned inside this platform. And now we're buying our first house next month at the age of 30 years old. Yeah, there's people that have done it sooner, and there's people that have done it even at a bigger scale. But I'll tell you what, when I realized the potential of this, no one else around me did. My mom told me to go back to school and finish. She wanted what was safe for me. My friends told me that this was never going to work out. But if you have the vision, there's a reason why God gave you those set of eyes and other people can't see it. So if you guys are ready, go ahead and just put your hand up inside the room really quickly. Let me see it. And we're going to dive right into this. One of the first things that I believe, and if you know my story, you know I come from a pretty rough background. I got in trouble a lot and, did some things I probably shouldn't do. And the goal was to always get to the plug, right? In my past life, if you know what I'm saying, the goal was to always get to the plug, to be able to get the best deal possible so that you can have the best what? The best returns, right? And that's kind of how it is in life. If you want to sell cars, you want to get to the plug. You want to make sure you get it at a wholesale price. If you're, learning how to grow your money, you want to know how to do it without having to pay a middleman. And the only way that's possible, can you turn on screen sharing for me, please? The only way that's possible is by you learning the skills. Now, if where you're at right now, within like a 30-minute drive, there's probably a building known as a bank. Go ahead and just nod your head where you're at. And within the 30-minute vicinity, there's probably a bank. Now, let me ask you a question. Outside of going to the ATM, have you ever been in any other of the rooms of a bank? What about the big towers that are downtown in Seattle or in Phoenix, Arizona, the big Chase Bank right there in Phoenix, right? You have these banks with 30 different floors. Can anyone tell me what's going on those 30 floors? What are they doing with our money? Just yell it out loud. I can't hear you, but it doesn't matter. One of you guys are going to get it. What are they doing with our money? They're loaning it out. What else are they doing? They're trading it on our behalf. They're making money on our money and then cutting us the pennies at the end of the year. So why don't we get to the plug? Why don't we get to the source? Why don't we learn how to do it for ourselves? The ability to be able to do what banks do is understanding how to deploy capital in an area that's going to grow. So how do you do that? Well, the first thing you need to do in order to do that is you got to start understanding how to read this, how to read what's called a financial chart and understand it. And by understanding it, you're going to be able to position yourself and your family. Now, if this looks like Chinese and it looks like a heartbeat monitor to you, it's all good. It looked like that to me too. Okay. In the very beginning, this was something that I was completely overwhelmed with. It perplexed me, right? It made me doubt myself. I was like, yo, I'm never going to get this. Like, your boy was bad at math. Okay. I failed chemistry 3 times. How do you want me to do this? But I realized something. This isn't a game of intelligence. This is just a game of discipline. It's a game of understanding how to put your money in places, how to follow your game plan and follow the strategy. Now, the first 2.5 years inside this platform, I lost. I didn't follow any of the instructions. My personality type is I buy something, I'm throwing the instructions to the side, and I'm just starting to put that thing together. Raise your hand if that's you inside the room. You bought something from IKEA. Maybe you bought like a electronic before. It has instructions, and you're like, I'm not even looking at this thing. I'm just going to put it together. And that's how I figured out, I really sucked at putting things together. I came into this platform, and I just started losing money. I wasn't following the instructions of the educators. I wasn't following the steps. I was just trying to wing it. Because if I could put together this, or if I could jailbreak this, or I could put these electronics together, I could probably figure this out too. And boy, was I wrong. If you're stubborn in the room, or your mom or dad has ever called you stubborn, I want you to pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. Stubborn people lose money for themselves, okay? That's why you got to learn skill sets to be unstubborn. And the only way to do that is to stop choosing what you believe and start choosing what you actually are is the truth, what you can actually see, what you can verify. Some people are going to lose big in this crypto bull run that's going to make a lot of other people millionaires because they're choosing to hold on to what they believe as opposed to what is a truth. As we jump into this, I created a strategy known as Trend Trap. 2.5 years of pain and suffering, not following instructions. I needed to put some bumpers, some guidelines on my trading. Kind of like if you've ever been bowling with someone, you could turn on the bumpers so you can't get a gutter ball. That's what this strategy is for me inside the markets. It's so I don't lose money more than I'm supposed to, because as traders, you're going to lose, and it's very normal to lose quite often, but we have something that's called risk management. A recent trade that I gave out to our students here in the markets was a sell here on silver. I'm just going to walk you guys through this so you can see how it works. I just gave this setup last week from this same level. We took this sell right here and made money as the market went down. The market just came back to that same level, and we just marked this up on Friday, and I gave our students to play to say, hey, if it rejects this level, breaks this line, gets an opening, we're going to take this right back down. Now, my goal isn't to teach you the trend trap strategy today. Our academy, this live sessions that we have on a regular basis is going to teach you that. My goal is to show you that it's possible and it's really easy for you to be able to begin understanding. Let's do this really quickly together. I want everyone to point the direction, okay? In the direction, if you believe it's going up, point up to the sky. And if you believe it's going down, point down to the floor right now. I can see you guys. Is this chart going up or down overall from here to here? Is it going up or down? Point down to the floor. God, man, this is a tough crowd. This guy in the front row in Seattle has his arms crossed, the gray shirt, man. Was it going up or down, man? Which way? Point up or down? Yep, you right there, man. Like he's like, is he talking to me? Up or down? Down. Okay, this thing is going down. So here inside of Trend Trap, we focus on trading with trend. So if it's a downtrend, that means that we should do what? We should be taking Sells. We're looking only for sells in a downtrend. That eliminates all the possibilities of looking for buys and puts us on the side of the big banks and the big money because they're selling off the market. So in this example, you know that the market's going down. That means all we're doing is we're looking for sells. So if we're looking for sells, where should we be looking for sells? I'm going to switch this over to a line chart. You're going to see something, what I call the zone. The zone is the theory that what once was the floor, or known as support in the markets, ends up turning into resistance. Do you guys see how the market stopped at this imaginary point only to then break it and then return to it to go down? Nod your head if you can see that, if you can understand what I'm saying. What once was the floor became the resistance. So I trade in a really simple way, and thousands of people are learning how to do it along my side. I'll show you some of my over 3,000 five-star reviews as an educator over the last couple of years here inside of the platform and what students are saying about how this is impacting them. But I guarantee you that if you show up to every one of my sessions for the next year, okay, and you put the effort into this, you're going to be able to do this just as good as me, if not better, over the next year, because all it is a series of steps, okay? Now, if you notice, the market reacted as support, now as resistance, and it gave us something that we're looking for, which is our special pattern that we use here in Trend Trap, known as the M. Can everyone see the letter M right here? How the market came right back up to that level that was rejected as support, which is this, and now created this M. Everyone throw an M up in the sky really quickly, just like this. It's not a gang sign. Don't worry. Nobody's going to shoot you, right? You can put the M up. So you can see the M. If you can see the M, then that means that you see the pattern that we play off of. The market did what? It rejected this level. We draw what's called the counter trend line, and here is your entry. You're taking your trade back to previous low. And just like that, the market came where? Right back to that previous low and then turned around. This is how we trade using Trend Trap. And the good news is that you don't have to be a genius to do it. You just got to be able to follow 5 simple steps, okay? Those 5 simple steps are known as Trend Trap, and I teach them 5 days a week here inside of our platform. Another good news is that I'm homegrown, baby. I grew up learning this stuff inside of this platform, okay? I did not join this platform from with previous knowledge. I came in and I knew absolutely nothing. And now, 7 years later, I've been an educator for the last 2 years, and I happen to be one of the top viewed educators inside of our platform. We have over 30,000 students across 50 different countries, and we teach in over 20 different languages. This isn't some small-time operation. This is a global enterprise based out of here in the United States that abides by U.S. laws and is a global movement of people learning skill sets for themselves so they don't have to rely on someone else telling them what they're worth. Is it going to be easy? Probably not. But you know what's probably going to be harder? Working at a regular job, someone else telling you what to do. And guess what? You're going to have to do this until then. And what that means is you're going to work a normal job while you're learning this on the side. So now you're not coming home and, smoking a joint and watching Netflix and doing nothing, just waiting to go back tomorrow. You're going to come home, drink a little coffee, and you're going to get your butt on the computer and start learning some skill sets so you can take control of your future. And if that's not you, if you don't got the heart for that, then you could just get up and walk out the room right now, to be fair, because then this is going to be a waste of time for you. But if you're someone that tells me, Jay, you know what, I got some grit, I got some grind, I want to learn some things, and if these people can do it, I can do it, then I'm going to guide you through this step by step. I go live 5 days a week at 11 a.m., 8 a.m., 11 a.m., and I'm teaching nonstop, okay? This is what the students are saying about these sessions. I'm going to go back just a couple pages. Some people don't write anything, but this is what a recent student said. Been on Jay's Go Lives for the past 4 months. Changed my trading experience. The breakout session, psychology, helped me overcome certain barriers. This year has been absolutely amazing. I'm mastering the strategy, transforming me as a person too. Love this session. Started 2 months ago. Explained things perfect, right? I love the session. People making money. I get a message last week from a single mom who's a student out in the UK and shows me that she made over 50 grand this year trading with us. Okay? This is absolutely insane. Your mom doesn't know that you can make money off your phone unless you're doing something illegal. We're going to show you how to do something that is not only legal, but is growing. And I believe you're positioning yourself ahead of the trend. You can plug in with our platform learn from the academy, learn from the live sessions, get the software that you need to be able to actually plug in and get it done faster and begin scaling your growth. So by no means is this some get rich quick scheme. By no means is this something that is guaranteed. It's not. Just like the gym ain't. Everyone can sign up for the gym. Not everyone's going to get fit, right? It's the people that go in, put in the work, and don't eat Big Macs when they go home. Those are the people that see the results at the gym. And it's the same thing here. If you plug into our sessions, you show up on these calls, and you actually change your habits, you can change your life. But you know what the problem is? Most people, my little sister's about to turn 18. I'm 30 now. So I get to see like that next generation. She is like a little bit lost in the sauce. She's on TikTok. She's looking at this. She's looking at that. She's concerned more about what other people think about her than her own reality. And luckily, I've been able to help her with my experience and, my understanding as an entrepreneur for the last 7 years. But it gave me a really big picture of our youth today. People from the ages of 18 to 22, they'd rather be broke and people think that they're okay than try new things to be rich and people think that they're trying something that they think is stupid. Does that make sense? They care more about what other people think about them than what they think about themselves. And I'm telling you right now, what I've learned over the last decade is the people in your life right now, unless you're about to get married, they're probably not going to be there 10 years from now. So you need to start thinking about yourself. You need to start being a little bit selfish and say, you know what? I'm not going out tonight, homie. I'm going to stay in on these charts. I'm going to watch this education. I'm going to read this book. I'm going to buy this course. Now, you got 5 on it, bro? Come over. Let's hit the bong. Let's smoke together. Nah, bro, I'm saving up my $5 because I want to join this program that's going to help get me out of where I'm at right now and to where it is that I want to go. And until we make that decision, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't going to be a new year. It's just going to be another year. Change your habits over a period of time, and you will absolutely change your life. Trend Trap is a trading strategy that you're able to learn that is literally my bumpers in the bowling alley. So that way I can be profitable and I can help other students become profitable. And we've been doing that for the last 2 years as an educator, but I've been inside this platform for the last 7 years in total. One of the next educators that you're going to hear from is the reason why I was able to not just make 6 figures in residual income, not just in trading, but also in cryptocurrency. Okay. This gentleman that you're going to hear from that's coming up here shortly, I'm not sure if he's already on the call, is someone that I've studied over the last couple of years and someone that has absolutely impacted my crypto journey. Here's a fun fact. Everyone, if you have $1 in crypto right now, everyone from now until April will be profitable. Okay? Because the markets are going up. It's really easy to make money when everything's going up. But here's the difference. Come April, when the markets start going down, it will be because of education that you knew when to take profit, when to reinvest, and how to multiply what it is you just gained. My first crypto run, I made a couple grand, and I lost a couple grand. My second crypto run, which was in 2021, I made a couple hundred grand, and I lost 100 grand. This is my third crypto run. I've been profitable each one, but I made mistakes. This is my third crypto run now, and now I know from experience how I'm going to take these markets, and I'm going to absolutely pocket money this year so that way me and my wife can go and renovate this home we just bought, and we can live a life that's inspired by freedom because we knew what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And the only way that's possible is through education, not by following Twitter or your favorite crypto guru on YouTube. All of our educators are audited. All of our educators are documented. And you can't be an educator inside this platform unless you have the results. YouTube's not checking your crypto guru's portfolio to see if they actually do what they say they're doing. And that's the difference here inside of this platform. So hopefully you guys have had so far an amazing event. You're rocking with some of the best. See Mario. Mario's messed up, man. I don't know if you saw. Once he saw me calling on people in Seattle, he turned the camera to you guys in Arizona just to see if I see anyone, slacking off so I can call you guys out too. That was messed up, Mario. I seen that. And then, homie in the gray shirt in the front row in Seattle, don't be mad at me, bro. Get my Instagram. I got your back. I'm going to be able to help you inside these charts as well. And then everyone else that's in the room, thank yourself for coming to this event. Even if you don't get started with us and you don't begin learning, you're going to gain something out of this. And this next gentleman that's about to break down crypto, you're going to know how to make money in these next 4 months. But more importantly, anyone's going to make money, like I said, but how to keep it, how to multiply it, and how to get ready for the next cycle. Because that's what's going to happen 4 years from now. Another bull run. So let's give it up to my man, the legend over 7 years as an educator inside of this company, Mr. Kurt Cobain, my bro. Turn that thing on, man. Let me see your shades. I already knew this guy is the frame god. He's like so many Cartier frames. Cartier probably sponsors him by now, to be honest. This thing is crazy. Should be that way. Cobain, what's up, man? How's Detroit right now? Because it's a little cold in Florida.
Man, it's freezing, bro. It's like 22 degrees right now. I'm like hibernating. I'm running away from outside. I'm just throwing my garbage out the window and hoping somebody else takes care of it.
You probably burning your dollar bills like Pablo Escobar to keep warm because you up on crypto.
This is a weird problem to have.
Let's go, guys. Give it up really quickly. Make some noise for Mr. Kurt Cobain in the room. Thank you, my brother, for jumping on. We all appreciate you. Take it away, bro.
Oh man, listen, you know it's an honor coming to hang out with you guys, man, on a regular. I see we got all my whole family here. I'm noticing we got classrooms in the back. Like this is a whole vibe right now, bro. Like I'm thinking about to come on here and just kick it with like a couple of the fans. Y'all got a whole class. It's like no pressure. You know, we just all just drove to a place and have our notebooks out ready to learn. So you better come hard or go home. So listen, family, I appreciate you guys for even being here, hanging out with us. Most of you guys already know me, so I'm like preaching to the choir right now. Like I'm hanging out with my cousins. So just know, whenever I'm asking questions for all the new students that are here, I pretty much paid everybody here to be nice to me. So just know that's why they're being super nice and kind, and they laugh at my jokes. They know if they don't laugh, no Cash App. All right.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you my Ethereum address, bro. Since you said I paid, you know.
There it is. There it is, right there. No, guys, we have a lot of fun, man. We do. Like I always tell people, like, there's no reason why financial literacy can't be fun. There's no reason why we can't, gain some knowledge, understand markets, get down the patterns, and then also have a good time laughing. I think you actually learn better when you're having fun. Maybe that's just me. Like I remember my best teachers always made me laugh and always made me have a good time. So the knowledge stuck with me more because I had like really fond memories of learning. So that's one of my things. So when I teach, just know I crack jokes, I have a good time. I'm never in here doing the whole dry eyes. Like I can't do it. It's too hard to sit here and just be boring, especially when it comes down to crypto. So you guys already know what type of time I'm on. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys real quick. We can get right into the sauce, man. Now I know I got a lot of new students hanging out
While
with
you're
us
doing
today.
that, Curtis, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
First of all, just want to say, Awal, appreciate you, bro. Absolutely crushed it. Curtis, we got a whole event going on in Seattle and Arizona plugged in with you, man. So we're hyped up, we're fired up, bro, and we're taking notes. So let's get it.
Let's go. Let's go. Wait, it's in two different cities, bro. Oh yeah, y'all doing y'all big one today, bro. Yeah. See, this is how you know y'all rocking with the right people. It's hard enough to get three people on the call, let alone two cities on the same call. So yeah, y'all definitely rocking with the winners right now. I'm definitely excited to be here. Let's get this thing popping, man. Let me get this where I need it. Where's my other screen? Got that one there, that one there. Awesome, awesome. Let me get all my stuff ready for you guys. I got Discords
It's a little bit hard to
open.
hear you, by the way.
Oh,
Just tell us what to buy, bro. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you can skip all the fluff, just get straight to it.
Just, just so you guys, for all the new students, just so you know, that's usually how my classes go. People are just screaming coin. You ever seen Finding Nemo when the fish one thing like mine, mine, mine? Folks usually in my chat just screaming coin, 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 like that. That's usually what I'm dodging most of the time when I'm breaking stuff down. No, but honestly, that's probably going to be the biggest issue a lot of students are going to have when they come into this space is everybody's on social media, everybody's watching stuff going on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and oh this guy dropped this coin. These people are talking about this project. These guys are talking about this. And AWOL just told you guys like a lot of stuff that's happening on YouTube University, they're not being vetted. They're not being doxxed. They're not getting, grilled by compliance to make sure the stuff that they're doing is on the up and up, right? And we want to make sure that when you guys are learning, we're giving you guys information that's reputable. We vet everything. I spend days, weeks, months researching things so I can make sure that I'm giving you guys valid and quality information. So when you guys are stepping out to make an informed decision, you can do it with confidence. You can do it with some actual wherewithal, knowing that the things you're doing, the things you're learning are duplicatable. Because most of the time when you guys are learning this skill, you're not learning this for yourself. You're learning it so you can bring the bag back home for family, right? Most of the time when I ask students, like, hey, what is your why? Why are you doing this? What's one of the things that you're looking forward to gaining inside of this space? Most folks just say, I just want to give a better life to my kids. I just want to make sure my mom doesn't have to struggle. I want to make sure I can take care of my grandmother, man. I want to make sure, like most folks aren't doing this for themselves. Yeah, I know some of y'all want to buy a Maserati and all that other crazy stuff, but for the vast majority of people, everybody's doing this for somebody that they care about. They want to learn this so they can share it with the people they care about or want to bring knowledge back to the community and their household. And for me, I know that feeling. I'm born and raised Detroit, Michigan. I got shot in 2005. Actually, I got shot in the face back in 2005. Bullet went right through right side, tore my orbital bone wide open. To this day, I still have no feeling around the whole right side of my face. This part just flat out numb. My eye works fine, by the way. It's not any issues. Like I am beyond blessed. All right, I don't want you to think I'm walking around like bumping into stuff all day long. But I want you guys to understand that sometimes when things happen to you, you don't make sense out of it until down the line, right? You have to keep living, as my grandmama would always tell me, like, keep on living. You're gonna figure it out. Then the message gets clearer the more you live. So I tell people that are going through things, don't look at your right now as it's the end of your book. If it's the end of your story, like something inside of your testimony is going to inspire other people. So push through if you are having a difficult time, and if you are handling things well, and you're living life on a high note. I'm super excited I can bring you some valuable information right now that can take you to another level. Now, this website that I'm on right now is called CoinGecko.com. If you've never researched crypto, you've never got involved with crypto, this is going to be one of your most valuable websites. We're going to double back to this. We're going to double back, but I want to make sure you guys are writing stuff down. CoinGecko.com, very powerful website. But I want to start here on this chart, and I want to talk to you guys for just a second about Bitcoin and its history, because I know some of you guys are at different places and different stages in your crypto knowledge. And I want to kind of give you guys a little breakdown of where we are and what we're looking at. Now, if you don't understand blockchain technology, and this is something that's a little new to you, I'm going to keep this very simplistic. I'm going to move kind of quick because I want to cover a lot of stuff. I want to make sure you guys can rewatch the recording and get all the value out of it. Now, what you're seeing right now is a chart of Bitcoin's entire history. All right. Like crazy wild stuff. Think about where you were back in 2010 when Bitcoin was hanging out a penny. Yeah, man. Every time I ask that question, I watch everybody's face ball up like, oh my God, I was talking to Ethel. I don't even talk to Ethel no more. I don't even make Ethels no more. All right. So, right. So when you think about where you were in 2010, don't get down on yourself. Don't get upset with all of the fact that you feel like you may have wasted some time. It's all good. I feel like stepbrothers. Like it's better yet, we got it when we're 40. All right. So when you look at the market, I want you to notice something very consistent about Bitcoin's history. Notice the run up for Bitcoin, this drop off, which is the bear market, this big red box, we consider that the bear market. This gray box, we consider that consolidation, usually happens after the bear market's done. And then we see this green box, which is growth, where we break out of the consolidation. And then we have this last box here with this purple box called accumulation. And this yellow line here, this yellow dotted line, is considered the halving. All right. All these things create an entire Bitcoin cycle. All right. When all these things are done, we have a cycle. Now, I'm going to walk you through these cycles, and I want you to tell me how terrified you are of Bitcoin. Okay. Because I think some people feel like, man, it's the scariest thing. It's the phantom pockets. It's hide your kids, hide your wife. Don't ever trade it. Don't even look at it sideways. It'll find you if you're sleeping. It'll find you if you're awake. Bitcoin's not Santa Claus. Bitcoin's not going to hurt you. Bitcoin is very consistent, and the rest of the world is slowly waking up to it. All right. Now, I'm going to go through a few things with the cycle. Then I'm going to talk about the actual technical side of things, where how Bitcoin does this through a mathematical standpoint. Now, in the very beginning, when Bitcoin was first created, there were around 50 Bitcoin being mined every 10 minutes. All right. If you don't know how Bitcoin works, there are these people called miners. They use like actual devices, or they build computers that actually verifies and confirms transactions on the Bitcoin network. All right. That's how Bitcoin comes into existence. So people are going out, they're building a computer, or they're going out and buying a device. They plug it into the internet, they plug it into a monitor, and they go ahead and set everything up. And now it's verifying confirmations on the network, right? So now we see one person sending Bitcoin to another person. That mining rig is trying to go through and search through all this cryptography to find that transaction, verify it, and confirm it. Another miner does it after around 6 transactions. That transaction is now verified and confirmed, goes on, gets added to the network, right? So every time a block with all the transactions get solved, it gets added onto the chain. This is why you hear the term blockchain, blockchain, blockchain. They're adding all these blocks of data onto the next one. So all Bitcoin is a distributed ledger. Everybody gets a copy of the network, and it consistently grows. This is one of the reasons why Bitcoin is very difficult to hack, is if you hack Bitcoin, you got to hack every computer on the network. I don't think you got that kind of time. I don't think you got that kind of time on you, right? So this is why we love Bitcoin, because the more people that use it, the stronger it becomes. Very, very powerful network. Now, keep in mind, in the very beginning, every 10 minutes, 50 Bitcoin was being shared amongst all the miners, right? Now, we noticed something, like I said, the drop off, the consolidation, the growth. Then we had the last bit of accumulation. The halving happens. After the halving, something happens with the amount of Bitcoin, right? After the halving, every 4 years, Bitcoin goes through a halving. The amount of Bitcoin that's shared amongst the miners gets cut in half. So instead of 50 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, it went to 25 Bitcoin being shared every 10 minutes, right? Now, some of y'all saying, well, Kurt, that's stupid. If I was a miner, I cut my mining rig off, right? I'm doing the same amount of work for less Bitcoin. Why would I do that? That don't make no sense. And I got to take you back to baby boy. Commerce, Jody, supply and demand. All right. So don't do that, though. You know that was funny, Mike. All right. So when you think about how supply and demand works, right? If there's more of something and it has demand, right? It has to have a lot of demand for it to continue to go higher. But if there's less of something and it has demand, what happens? Price typically goes up. Does anybody remember when the PlayStation and the Xboxes had first released, the new PS5s and the Xbox Series S that came out? There wasn't a lot of them to go around. So they got all bought up, and you had to go over to eBay, and they was taxing. You had to spend top dollar to get an Xbox or a PlayStation, right? This is how it works out of crypto, right? So with Bitcoin, we noticed after the halving, instead of 50 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, it went to 25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. The demand was still there, but the supply lessened. People wanted it even more. Now, there's something called a Veblen good. I want y'all to write that word down. Veblen good. A Veblen good simply means anything the demand that goes higher and the value I'm sorry, even when the price goes higher, the demand still stays strong, right? Like prime example, a home is a Veblen good. Even if the demand is or even if the price is crazy high for homes, there's still always going to be a demand for homes. Bitcoin is one of those assets. No matter how high the price gets for Bitcoin, the demand will stay there. So we noticed something this next run after Bitcoin went crazy. We had drop off, aka bear market, just like last time. We saw consolidation, just like last time. Then we saw the breakout, just like last time. Then we had accumulation, just like last time. Then we had the halving. What do you think happened after the halving? Right? Instead of 25 Bitcoin, we went to 12.25 Bitcoin. Guess what price did? Jumped out to them again. Oh, snap. Not Bitcoin. Not the scariest thing in the world following a pattern. Because I'm a gamer. I don't know about y'all. I played Call of Duty. I played Madden. I played 2K. And you know, my gamers, we pattern watchers, right? If somebody's camping in the bush, we going to throw the grenade over there real quick. You can have that. And I catch you on the flip side, right? Like you see patterns and you react to it. Trading is no different. It's the same thing over and over and over. We're just watching where we can take advantage of the patterns when they go on. Now I'm an old school person. I might not look like it, but I'm actually 40. All right. I never like, what? Yes. I remember going to the mall back in the day, right? Some of y'all are like, what's a mall? I've heard of the legends of malls, right? It was a place we went to and you would buy things, right? Now you got Amazon. Y'all be laughing at us, right? But in the mall, there was this thing called a little kiosk. And you would look in the little diagram of where the stores were on the mall. It would be a little thing that says, you are here, right? Y'all remember that back in the day when you go to the mall? I want to do that for you guys inside of where we're going right now on this chart so you guys can understand where we're at. And that way, when you know where you are in the cycle, you can make the informed decisions. You see where I'm going with this? So we don't have to guess if we should be buying or selling Bitcoin. We should know based on the previous cycles in the history of Bitcoin, right? So same thing again. We saw the same thing happen again. We had the market drop off, bear market, consolidation, just like last time, breakout, just like last time, a little bit of another accumulation. This was during COVID, by the way. Accumulation. Then we had the halving. What do you guys think happened after the halving? Right? We went from 12.5 Bitcoin to 6.25 Bitcoin. And what did price do? Jumped out the gym again. Right? Went from 10,000 all the way up to almost $70,000 a coin. It's the same old, right? No way it's going to do it again. No way Bitcoin, aka crypto, is gonna follow the same pattern. This is hide your kids, hide your wife territory. Never trade Bitcoin. It's the scariest thing ever. Right? Like, don't do this like riding a roller coaster without a seatbelt. Okay, let's see it again. Drop off, just like last time. Consolidation, just like last time. We had the breakout phase, just like last time. And then we had this itty bitty zone of accumulation right here after the halving. And then price went crazy. Oh, it ain't done going crazy yet. Oh, did somebody get the tingles? Did somebody just get the tingles in the room? I felt like I felt the butterflies do the wave across the room with oh, right. you you start to understand something here. We're at the very beginning of something incredible, and I feel like this could be one of the largest wealth transfers in human history. And I simply say that because if you know anything about finances, you know that when they cut interest rates, people usually go out and get assets, right? And we've cut interest rates 3 times in the last few months, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. And most of the time, wealthy people don't use their money to get into things like Bitcoin or stocks or real estate. They go out and do this magical thing with the L word called a loan, and they go apply for a loan when interest rates are low so they can pay back less interest, aka keep more money. Is it clicking? Is it starting to make some sense? So now people were saying, well, Curry, if interest rates were cut 3 times last year, why didn't it go crazy last year at the end of last year? Well, all this stuff happened during the fourth quarter last year. And if you know anything about wealthy people, they spend the whole year making sure their taxes are good. Nobody's going to jump off the porch and ruin their taxes in the fourth quarter. This is why they waited to the end of the year to cut interest rates so they could have time to cushion for all the money that may come into the market. Now, guess what just happened? We're at the new fiscal year. That means there's a whole new slate for taxes. That means a lot of wealthy people and corporations and businesses and countries are gearing up to take out loans to buy crypto and stocks and real estate and all those magical things. And I need you guys to understand when all that money starts to find a brand new home, guess what's going to happen? When more money is printed, is the value going higher or lower? You just put your hands up or put your hands down, right? More money is printed. When more money is printed, the value goes down. The value goes down, right? When there's more of something, it's worth less. Let's just take a little jump over here to the US dollar. The dollar is at a high point right now. They're peaking the dollar so we can have maximum spending power the moment they apply for their loans. So they can use all of that valuable money to go buy assets and then drop the value of the dollar as more loans hit the market. They're putting more money. Then the value of the dollar goes down, and now we see a weaker dollar. The dollar gets weaker and weaker and weaker. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a history of the dollar so you can see where I'm going with this. Doesn't this chart look super healthy? Look at that dollar getting stronger and stronger and oh, it's not getting stronger. They're sucking the life out of the dollar, getting all the value out of it and buying assets. One of the reasons why real estate prices won't come down. One of the reasons why groceries are staying so high, while gasoline is staying so high, right? They're taking away all the spending power of the dollar by printing more money. And during COVID, we printed a gang of dollars. So people are waking up to this thinking, wait a minute, this crypto thing might be a big deal because if I'm thinking about the dollar losing all its value and the rest of the world starting to jump on this crypto train, wait a minute, what makes Bitcoin so valuable? What makes Bitcoin such a great thing to buy up? Bitcoin has something called a max supply, ladies and gentlemen. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. If I told you there will only be $21 million, you'd be swan diving in your couch for loose change right now. Because a penny would be crazy valuable. Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell you guys right now? So even if you have a fraction of Bitcoin, in the future, the value will be exponential because there's not going to be any more created. You are looking at digital real estate right now. Are you hearing me? Digital real estate. Because this ain't just America thing. This is a world thing. The world wants this. There are nations all around the world right now buying crypto, right? El Salvador has a ton of crypto right now. The nation of Bhutan, yes, Bhutan in the Himalayan mountains are mining Bitcoin right now. They have over 6,000 Bitcoin. The monks in the mountains are mining Bitcoin. Somebody was meditating and it made sense. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If the monks that meditate and see it making sense, and we sitting here with laptops and the internet and all of the AI and and we still like, oh no, man, oh no, man, that car wash job sounding real good right now. I'm gonna need you to see where I'm going with this because you're not gonna get a second chance. You're not gonna get another window of all these countries, all these companies, all these hedge funds, all these private investors looking to put their money here. Here's the other kicker. Now, I don't care if you like them. I don't care if you love them. I don't care if you hate them. But there's this Cheeto that's going to make a decision. All right. If you don't like the orange man, that's on you. I ain't got problems with nobody. Right? I love everybody. Right? ELE. Everybody love everybody. Right? But when you think about what Trump just said, he said we're going to go out and buy a strategic reserve of Bitcoin for the United States. They're pushing a bill right now where the United States wants to go out and purchase, I think, around 500,000 Bitcoin or up to 1,000,000 Bitcoin and keep it in a reserve for the country. And I don't know if they're going to eventually get to a point where they're trying to back the dollar with Bitcoin, but ooh-wee, if they ever did. Now, hear me out. If we see the United States getting on board, we see big companies getting on board, we see other nations getting on board, and we're sitting here thinking everything's going to be fine if we keep holding on to paper and coins, like we're going to keep exchanging these little pieces of paper and coins for goods and services. Most of y'all don't carry cash now. We've already been groomed for this. It's coming whether you like it or not. This is the evolution of money. I got a better question for y'all. How many of you guys didn't learn about credit until you were an adult? Yeah. Because when credit popped off, our parents said, I can't see my money. I don't trust it. And they didn't bother learning about it. And it hindered generations afterward. Now imagine you understanding this and you sharing it with your children. You understand blockchain technology. You understand how to set up a wallet. You understand how to actually get into researching these proper coins. You understand what lanes are falling into crypto. Like, let's just, while we're on CoinGecko, if I go here and I go to cryptocurrencies, I go to categories, people think everything is Bitcoin when you talk about cryptocurrency. No, ladies and gentlemen, no. We have lanes inside of crypto. This is bigger than you think. We literally have projects in the AI sector. If you don't know how big AI is going to be, it's not going away. Every phone you have in the future will have an AI agent attached to it. Okay? It's just as simple as that. Right? We have other areas in crypto right now called real world assets. They are about to literally take everything and add it to the blockchain. See, this is how you know it's getting good when Sarah get right up on the screen right there. I appreciate that, man. Sahara was coming in here and putting in the work right now. Okay, she leads all the way in. I'm seeing nose here. I love it. All right, now listen. RWA. RWA. You know I gotta mess with you, man. RWA stands for real world assets. You got the camera off and everything. When you're looking into certain projects, RWA stands for real world assets. They're going to take stocks, adding it to crypto. They're going to take precious metals, adding it into crypto. They're going to take real estate and add it into Web3, aka crypto. This one right here at the top, Mantra, they have a partnership with the United Arab Emirates, right? Aka Dubai. Dubai might have a little bit of money. I heard they're doing something over there, just a little bit, right? Also, Ondo is working with a company called BlackRock, right? If you don't know who BlackRock is, they have more assets under management than any other. They have trillions of dollars of assets under management. There's no asset manager bigger than BlackRock, and Ondo's working hand in hand with those guys. So you got United States here, Dubai here. And then you got Quant, Maker, XDC, Rights Reserve, Pendle. If I scroll down here, I want you guys to pay attention to a couple of these real quick. Let me see. This one right here, Energy Web Token. Warren Buffett works with these guys, and he's not talking about it. I did a whole class on this on Go Live. I did a bunch of sessions on Energy Web, but I've talked about how Warren Buffett has one of his subsidiary companies working with Energy Web. Energy Web Token is so cool. If you have solar panels on your home and you have an excess of energy, like you're not using all the energy that your solar panels are bringing in, you can sell your excess energy back to the grid, and they pay you through this project. Bruh. Now, could you imagine owning a bunch of homes, Airbnb, stuff like that, where people aren't staying in them all the time? But now you have solar panels on these homes, and you're just selling the energy back to the grid, making money off a house that's just sitting still. I'm just saying, you become your own power plant because you got stuff like this that allows you to monetize your properties properly. All right, and that's just a small play. Parcel is a whole play in real estate on the blockchain. Another big one is Proppy, another real estate play on the blockchain. I'm giving y'all gems. I'm hoping y'all writing these down. I really hope you because some of y'all gonna be like, bro, that thing you was talking about on that one call. Like, yeah, that part. So these are areas, different lanes that you can take advantage of. Another one I didn't go over, I kind of skipped over, is Maker. Maker isn't necessarily a big play in real world assets, but it's a big play when it comes to DeFi. That just stands for decentralized finance inside of crypto. When I tell you guys, there are so many lanes in crypto that I don't want to go into every last single one of them. I just want you to really understand that where we are right now in this space at this moment, there is a window that you have to take advantage of. And if you're sitting on the sideline, griping, mulling over back and forth, if you're going to do this or not, if it makes sense for you or not, I need you to know you're not going to get a redo on this one. You're not. Like, I get if you may not like Trump, that's fine. But at least take advantage of the fact when the money moves, you know where to get in and take advantage of it as well. Because most of the people that vibe with Trump are the ones that took advantage when the money was moving. Like, prime example, when he was in office last time, he would literally tweet what the non-farm payroll numbers were the day before they hit. Now, as a trader, that's a big deal to us because you're literally telling us, hey, it's going to do this tomorrow. So you might want to make a decision on that today. That was cheap for us. For 4 years, people came in and benefited from that, right? I want you guys to know that not everything is going to make you feel good when you learned it in the beginning, but I want you guys to know that these things are going to happen whether you like it or not, right? And I get some things in life are subjectively true, objectively true. I want you guys to lean on things that are objectively true. Whether you like it or not, these things will happen. Whether you like it or not, these people will make money from this stuff. Whether you like it or not, this technology will continue to grow and be adopted. I would prefer you guys being ahead of the curve than playing catch up because you're going to learn about crypto whether you want to or you have to. And I prefer you doing it because you want to, because that way you're ahead of the curve. Down the line and you're chasing all the knowledge down, it's going to be a good feeling, family. And I want to make sure you guys are locked in and knowing things now. There are other lanes in here, family, where we're going to be able to teach you guys how to come in and benefit not only from Bitcoin going higher in value and price, but also during those red markets I was showing you guys where the market was dropping down and dipping down in those red boxes. Those are also times where we can come in and profit during the sales. You guys may not know that, but that's the thing we can do. We can actually earn value and make money when Bitcoin's dropping. We can take sales and get paid on sales as well. So think about this. You're making money on the way up. You're making money on the way down. And then when it's flat like this, we start to accumulate. We start to teach you guys how to research properly. We start to teach you guys how to set the right kind of securities, right? Does everybody on this call believe in manifestation? Just raise your hand if you believe in manifestation. Okay. See, yeah, I got a rise out of my family over Matthew right now. They jumped up like, oh, manifestation in my wheelhouse now, right? I see you, Sahara, even though you cut that camera off. All right. So when you are looking at where we're going inside of this world, you have to have manifestation as a part of your journey. And I think this is very important that everybody on this call sees himself as a millionaire or billionaire. Period. There's just no negotiating now. You see yourself as a millionaire or billionaire, right? In order for that to happen, I need you guys to answer something for me. Most of you guys don't even do things that are going to vibrate at that level. And I'll give you a prime example. Some of y'all are using the same email for your trading account as you are for your social media. Now, if you were a millionaire, you would not be doing that. You ain't mixing socials with the money. It don't work like that, right? So we know what manifestation, you have to move as if it's already done. All right. There are emails that we teach you guys to utilize early in your crypto journey. All right. Like one of the emails I tell you guys you have to utilize, some of y'all already know, we already put in the chat, some of y'all be on it. It's Proton Mail. Proton Mail is one of the most secure emails on. Go on, write it down. Go on and write it down. Yeah. I see everybody dip their head on. Yeah, let me get that right quick. Proton Mail is one of the most secure emails you can have on the planet. All right. Not even the employees at Proton Mail can check your emails. Right. Hillary Clinton would have loved this email. So when you think about how all the things are like, y'all saw that, I threw that little salt bay in there on you real quick. Right. So when you think about all the money that may be coming into crypto really soon, I want you to understand that as more money shows up, the bad actors are going to come in. The hackers are going to come in. The scammers are going to come in. You need to protect yourself the first time the right way. I don't need you guys doubling back like, oh man, I just used my Gmail because I figured I would do all of that stuff once the money hit. I was gonna make a real email. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't act like you're gonna figure it out after the fact. Do things the right way the first time, right? Proton Mail, big deal, right? And then as we grow, you guys are gonna get new wallets, right? Stuff like the Exodus wallet, one of my favorite wallets I tell people to get. Now, Exodus wallet is considered a hot wallet, and like I said, you can come to the classes where we give you guys way more information. We break things down. Like, I don't mind holding your hand. Okay. I really don't. I understand that inside of what we do here, it's different. You guys don't have people talking to you about crypto every day. This is not something you're just breaking down at the water cooler all day long. And if it is, usually some guy talking to you about some dog coin he bought last year. He's trying to get you to come in and buy some too. All right. So I don't want you guys coming in thinking I'm going to teach you guys a bunch of animal coins. Like, we don't do petting zoo portfolios over here, right? This is utility, real work. All right. I know some of y'all love the pretty kitty coins and the doggy coin and the fish coin and the bird coin. If you do that, that's on you. That's something I will let you do on your private time. But where we are right now, it's all about making sure you guys have projects that are going to stand the test of time, that actually have utility, that actually have people coming in and doing the work, setting up partnerships, right? One of the things that I love about crypto is the fact that things are always growing and evolving, right? And we give out lists. Like, prime example, every time these gray boxes pop up, these are some of the most profitable times to get into crypto. Can we all agree on that? Once it bottoms out in this gray zone, buying in here is phenomenal for the rest of the run. This is usually when I make my coin list, right inside of these areas, right? I'm doing all my research. I'm finding the projects that have partnerships. I'm figuring out all the coins that are aligning with how the market is moving, where technology is going. I'm finding the new AI products. I'm looking to see which ones have quantum computing. I'm looking to see which ones have the top security layers. I'm looking to see which ones are innovating with the newest technology that can come in and innovate the space. Like, I want to give you guys so much value for what you're doing, because I realize something about this job is that a lot of you guys come in here and you bet your last dollar on yourself. You guys will pay your subscription and bet your last dollar on you. And ain't nothing more powerful than believing in you. So the least I can do is spend a couple extra hours finding some heat, right? The least I can do is come in here and stir up the sauce just a little bit more, right? You know your grandma be cooking. You try to come in, she hit your hand like, it's too rich, nah. It'd be that second eye that make you back off, like, nah, back up, nah. I'll be in there stirring up that sauce because I want to make sure when I drop some information for y'all, when I drop some heat for you guys, that when you go utilize it, you have the potential to pull in profits immediately. That's my biggest goal, because I remember being on the other side of these calls, sitting in that seat and just smiling like, boy, I ain't never not gonna trade. I'm trying to told you, because you understand something about this space is the vibration you carry into everything you do. It expands once the results hit, right? I tell people all the time, money doesn't change you. It makes you more of what you already were. Money does not change you. It makes you more of what you already were. If you were a jerk now, you're going to be a jerk when you're rich, right? If you're a kind-hearted person now, you're going to be kind-hearted when you're wealthy, all right? But I want to make sure that you guys understand the process of doing this, because as we start this run and we start seeing the market break out and make crazy moves to the upside, and you can see now, we're already at a now where the market's looking to finally make a big move up and break out. We haven't seen any of the exponential growth from the previous runs. We're just now getting above this area. We haven't seen the crazy outlandish $200,000 Bitcoin, $300,000 Bitcoin. It's not going to stop. We're running out of Bitcoin. And there's something happening right now on exchanges where the amount of Bitcoin that's on the exchanges is dwindling down. So what happens when, and I'll be very clear with you guys, because some of you guys may or may not know this. Most Bitcoin isn't bought on Coinbase. It isn't bought on crypto.com. It isn't bought on Kraken or Binance. Most Bitcoin is bought on this thing called OTC. You can write that down if you want to. OTC stands for over the counter. You don't get to see OTC trading deals on any chart, because it's literally from the miner's hand to whoever wants it. That's how this works. So I need you to think about what I just told you guys. The only time we get to see price move on these charts for Bitcoin is when it's being bought up on an exchange. Most Bitcoin is bought in private. So there's not a lot of Bitcoin going around. I just told you guys right now, we're already at 19 million Bitcoin in circulation. Every 4 years, the amount of Bitcoin that comes out gets cut in half. We're already at 19.8 million Bitcoin in circulation. There's only going to be 21 million. Most of the Bitcoin is not on exchanges. The Bitcoin that's left on exchanges, as it gets bought up, the price will start jumping exponentially because there's going to be less and less and less available globally. Once the public sees that there's less and less available, the demand, the price has to reflect the demand. I need you guys to truly understand what I'm telling you right now. If Tesla said there's only going to be 5 Teslas made every year, that's what the price of a Tesla goes up. Millions of dollars per Tesla now. Right? And I think we're headed to that, by the way. I'm not going to get into my conspiracy theory with Tesla, but I think we're headed that way with Tesla vehicles because eventually, yeah, I think Tesla's going to take Uber out of business down the line. They're going to have self-driving cars that'll just drive and Uber everybody around. And if you own Tesla, it'll be like owning your own small fleet of taxis or Ubers that you don't have to drive. Imagine owning 5 Teslas and they're driving people around doing Uber for you all day. You understand how much? Never mind. Like somebody about to put an order for a Tesla in right now. Like, you know what? That is a good idea, right? We're headed that way now. But I'm looking at this thing now, thinking even with that idea, the traditional system that we use with banking, and it takes 3 to 4 days for something to clear. Like, it makes no sense that it takes 3 to 4 business days for numbers to clear at a bank. Your job is to add and subtract the numbers I'm sending you, bank. All it is one screen to another screen, and I gotta wait 3 to 5 days, 5 to 6 business days. Make it make sense, family. Crypto, when I send transactions, it solves in minutes. Minutes, not days, minutes, family. This is globally. This isn't just in America, globally. So now you think about how this works when they start tokenizing everything and they're adding real world assets. Like I said, real estate, precious metals, stocks. The markets never have to close now, guys. The stock market can run 24/7. They want that. They want to see the global economy churning nonstop every day. And I want to make sure you guys are a part of this. And I know I'm giving you guys a lot of information at one time. I need you guys to make a decision on if this is valuable to you or if it's not. And if it's valuable to you, I want to see you guys on the classes with us. I want to see you guys logging in to go live. I want to see you guys spending time with us mastering this stuff because it's not going to get any easier. It's not going to get any more simplistic. This space will continue to grow and evolve. And some of you guys literally got dressed, drove out to the event and hung out and waited and sat in these classrooms with your notebooks out, ready to learn. And I mean, mind you, I can show you 1,000,003 charts. I can. But I want to make sure that you guys are locked in mentally with the right kind of expectations. This is not a get rich quick thing. None of this is get rich quick. This is literally come in, gather the information, make an informed decision. And as you make an informed decision, we can duplicate that process, building habits. Because wealth doesn't come from money. Wealth comes from habits. I'm going to say that one more time for my family in the back. Wealth does not come from money. Wealth comes from habits. Okay? And if you're around 5 millionaires with good habits, guess what you're going to do? Adopt some of them millionaire habits too. Right? They're not giving you the money. That's why they always say if you're around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th because you're going to adopt those habits from the wealthy people around you. And I want to make sure you guys are tapping and getting the right information because we got the internet now. We can maximize our efforts now. You can learn something from somebody in a whole other part of the world and not have to take one flight. And I got folks that are literally complaining all day about, man, don't nobody want to see a black man win. Don't nobody want to see a sister win. I'm like, cut it out. Cut it out. The internet won. All you got to do is make a decision if you want it or not. Right? Or in the hood, you want it or not. All right. So what I will say is if you're new and you haven't joined and you're on the fence about it, take some time, see if it makes sense for you. If you are in, there's 2 days. There's 2 days that I need you to understand. There's the day you start and there's the day you quit playing. I'm going to say that one more time. It's the day you start and it's the day you quit playing. When you quit playing and you take it serious, it hit way different. All the folks you see in the front of the room, they quit playing. They just quit playing. They realized something bigger was happening and they wanted to be a part of it. That's all it was. I remember one of my first event, I got the chills sitting in that room. I was like, oh, this is for me. This was designed for somebody like me to come in here and do this. Like I felt it all through me. And I know somebody in that room, one of them rooms, y'all feeling that same feeling like, oh no, this was designed for me. Because when you go home, they're going to tell you, oh, you went to that little thing. You was at one of your little things. Right? Right? And everybody tells you weird and that's one of them things. And I'm like, but if I do what y'all doing, I'm going to have the same result that y'all. And y'all not even happy with y'all. Yeah, I'm going to do my thing over here and keep working on that one. Because that just seems to click a little bit for me. I got a bunch of folks rooting for me to win. Yeah, I like that energy. Something about that just click a little bit for me. So listen, family, I'm super excited. I'm super just elated that you guys are making a decision to even be in the room. We got more events coming up. I don't know if you guys coming to France with us because France is going to be epic. It's going to be a movie. But I'm super excited to see you guys in the classes, man. And listen, if you see value here, family, I'm doing my best to stay compliant. I don't want to be that guy. It's going to it's going to be lit like a Christmas tree. It's going to be beyond lit these next few days, weeks, and months. Because most of the folks right now that's in the front of the room, they doing this weird. Like Matthew right now in the front, he hold his hand over his mouth. He's like, bro, I know we can't say everything we want to say, but these next few months are going to be beyond epic, and we know what's coming. So we're just sitting back like, we would love to do this with you. But I want to also dispel this rumor. We don't need you to do this. We don't. We're going to be fine either way, right? But we would love for you to come in here and win with us because we know that's how abundance works. Everybody can go. Everybody can go if you want to. We can't drag you across the finish line kicking and screaming. But all right, family, I'm going to pass it back over to you guys, man. I'm thankful and grateful, man. I'm just honored to be here, man. And I can't wait to work with everybody that's ready to put in this work, man. Let's get it.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you, fam. I know that everyone's completely gonna be set up for success this year, with crypto. And bro, I'm over here taking notes like crazy. I know that for people who are new, they're for sure getting massive value. Appreciate you. Thank you for spending your time with us, bro.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You already know.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we're gonna end the Zoom and run it up with the rest of the event. All right, guys. Peace.